a good nade onto S-Attack. He's going to try and boost over the top of this, but Shiro was wise to it. Smart play to hold for that boost up. All the kills going in favor of Cloud9. They should have this locked in. Back into ramp, they'll see that's clear, and S-Attack with that orb in a good position to hold an angle, bring it back to even numbers, and now Brolan's pushed through A ramp, so NIP can rotate 2 to B and be ready to stack this position.
55 seconds, Axel getting boosted up onto the wood at the B stairs.
We need good utility here from Cloud9. They still have 3 full sets.
Well, here they come. That's going to be the generator wall of smokes being set up, the Molotov into its default, and the flash should unleash Axel to move his way forward. So counter utility being thrown down by NIP to give them a bit of a corridor to get closer. And again, the problem of that right-sided smoke. Over the top, Axel goes, tries to find DTR, but Essetai is going to take him out, and Brolin will take his teammate off the server. 14 seconds left. It could get a bit chaotic here towards the last few seconds here for Cloud9.
Another molly.
But this time goes down. They have to start planting, and there's not enough time. They've lost the round. Oh, Cloud9, they let the time run down. NIP saved the utility. And the headshot position of ZTR to cover him off, and as Nafi played forward. Nafi's position now given away. Big shot from Essetai, now under pressure. ZTR has not fended off his opponents, and he will be caught by Shiro. The numbers now favor Cloud9 suddenly. And Plopsky needs to pull his team back into it, but Inters is completely ready for his spot. Roland's got one, but plenty more needed at the 14-second mark. Takes one, loses the bomb and up, but it's still Nafi.
This could be successful, and they're finally going back to B. We haven't seen that for a while.
Yeah, we're seeing the pack shift to B, leaving Hobbit to throw out some utility rights. Smells that this could be a bit of a fake and a bit of a ruse. He does an information play, but Hobbit tracks him. And now the play coming through for Cloud9. Nafni's ripped apart Plopsky, and not enough resistance here for NIP. Edgy his way out to the side of the map, spamming through the metal. He's going to put Inters in a very difficult position, but they line up! Inters gets the double, and now it's just ZTR he has to fend off. Defuse being stuck around the corner. ZTR is holding, it's not planning for Inters, and he's just stuck it! I love the call for ZTR.
That's a little too easy for Cloud9.
It was very easy, wasn't it?
Especially considering we've talked about how this team win a lot of their rounds just based on getting those bright lights at times. So I'm surprised that NIP were willing to give away those fights early. You know, Plopsky was just out in the open.
It's just gonna make sure he win the rounds, yeah. There you go. Cloud9 would love to try and close. 9. Follow-up kill's not there for Nafni. What a great job from ZTR. A double kill delivered from that one position. Has put NIP in a position where they're actually even on the player count.
Utility of the ready, but Axel's getting spammed. The rotate has arrived.
Back to it, Red sticking it, cover on the left side, Hobbit down, now it's all on the up, and it's taken for NIP at the end of the half. Steve Hughes stolen away. There is teammates in decent positions, but oh, what? Axel just swings around the side. Red's no longer standing, Brolin go down as well, and it's all on to Essetai. Just like that, all of his teammates are falling. It's one for Essetai, but under so much pressure, you can't expect him to hold on for much longer.
Pressure from Inter drops down into the arms of Plopsky. And there's more where that came from. Axel tries to follow through, but NIP win those early fights. Now it's only Hobbit here.
Yeah, Hobbit is going to look up to construction. He's done well, but not anticipating the quick second. He was more focused on towards stairs instead, and that will cost Hobbit.
A couple of CTs pushed into short, but it's S-Attack who has to lead the charge, and ZTR is actually able to get that first kill. 2 low health players though, and Nafni's going to line him up.
Yeah, it goes up for Nafni, just tucked away in short. Plopsky's gonna hold low HP, swing out from Inters, goes down! Plopsky with a massive double, and Reds will seal the deal. NIP, it was looking, hold to that cross, is able to take out Hobbit. The first kill was there, and that's the call to go now for NIP. They start to accelerate, they start to put the utility into the site, and Shiro realizes he has to thin the herd. It's one kill for Shiro, but that's all he will find, and all of his teammates dropped, and it worked out perfectly as they planned out, and there's the frustration. Shiro. Axel blinded, under a lot of pressure, still gets away with one. Inters only one, but that's enough to keep them back and forth. Shiro sets himself. Inters boosted up in middle, Brawl considers it. Oh, wow. That headshot, that's frustrating. Plopsky's found Axel elsewhere.
It's given him so much ground. And Brolin, a little pixel of his backpack spotted. Shiro will see him going towards short. He then springs into action, catches Etsutai on the wide fight from Sandbikes. He notices a player on default and can call the position of the other. Shiro, 3 kills in the round, doing everything he can to get Cloud9 to map point. Is looking for his prey. He's wrapped around the back. He's found Brolin looking the wrong way. The last-ditch effort to draw this one to overtime. Nafany and Inters are both gone, and Shiro unable to land the wallbind.
Dominance on the lower ramp. Nafany has taken Etsutai life away from him, but commits to the fight versus Rez and does not win it this time. Shiro sticking around though. They weren't expecting Shiro, and he found Rez. Risky position for Axel. He jumps up with an aid in hand, and that's almost his death sentence. Plumsky rips him apart. Inters gets back in time and brings down 2. Inters could spoil the party. It's 1. For a second, and he handles it well. He's getting wrapped around, finally taken out, but Axel has been given enough time to come around, and the construction flank was coming, but it's watched by Cloud9. The player to the good. Plumsky's going to continue to try and move forward, but gets taken out. Now it's Rez's turn. But Shiro has the angle with the AWP, and good luck getting through Shiro. Another one brought down. Now Rez's rifle. It's actually going to get shredded through by Inters, but Cloud9 just getting peppered and taken out. Shiro leaps towards the site itself. Bomb now equipped as he taps to try and pull one back at the time. It's ticking too far, and the round will be confirmed. NIP will at least not come out of overtime in a flawless fashion. They will fight back and get a round picked up here in the CT half. They'll have to know where that's planted as well. They have to know that he hasn't crossed to the default position. Inters can't get out of there. He's committed. Once the bomb goes down, he's stuck in that position, gets forced away. Shiro's going to be playing from short in this post plan. Axel taking up position at the Sandbikes. It is the 2 highest players right now, and Etsutai shreds through Axel's head. It is Shiro that has to try and pull this one out. Another kill collected for Shiro. Attacking the defuse to put pressure on him, but Shiro's got another kill. And just Plumsky, defuse coming through his planet right for Shiro. And what a way to close it. Neither they have to try and filter and strengthen this A defense. Axel, unfortunately, for Cloud9 won't be getting a single kill from his position, and Brolin continues to maul some heads. It's down to Inters and Hobbit, and they've actually pulled those numbers back, and Inters slips his way forward, denies the bomb plant, and look where Rez is, completely separated away.
Hobbit's still got connector on lockdown too. It just has to be a B-walk, has to be a contact play. They need a headshot.
Starts to run forward, Plumsky applying some pressure, but it's Nafany even at range still with the MP9 doing some work. CTR commits to the plant, but they're pushing up, looking to deny it, and they will deny the bomb plant. Brolin seems to be still fixated upon the fact there could be a player still here. He's about to find Axel coming his way. Brolin, uncomfortable position, nearly got his gun out in time. Didn't quite recover, and these rounds are just too easy for Cloud9 right now. These are buys coming in for NIP, and they're just getting slapped away.
Possession, and this is the way you try and play between the sites. But Hobbit can cut that off entirely right now. So if NIP give away information that they're towards A, Cloud9 could pretty quickly and pretty confidently call that it's going to be an A play. And they even have players in position right now. 2 CTs ready and waiting.
Shiro patiently waits for his victim to come in. Brolin plays contact and dry peek into the AWP. You will go down. Plumsky falls to the same fate and is now just Etsutai biding his time, looking at the impending doom that lies in front of him. Try and create some problems. No. Etsutai gets caught with Ned in his hand, but awareness to drop back and doesn't go down. And now that might just call for the acceleration through short for NIP as they realize they're put out of position. And that allows Plumsky to line them both up. Hobbit and Inters both fall foul. And Nafany looking to try and recover and pick out the scraps here to get his team back into it. He's got 1 second for Nafany, and they're right back into play again. Rez is going to hold for them to walk into his crosshairs. Etsutai searching. Another kill found. Appeal from Nafany, but it's Etsutai that confirms the second. He's got a gap here to play with Nafany. Not only on the Plumsky, but Etsutai was there too. Smart to take that first kill on the site. Creates a bit of space with time. It certainly is a factor here. Nafany calls to go. Time, they've got to get on it. The defuse being stuck for Inters. It isn't planted for Brolin. You want to finish this one. Nafany has been almost unbreakable. Even after he doesn't get a kill with his rifle from the grave, he burns away Plumsky. CTR hits the deck thanks to Shiro's big green gun. And Etsutai shortly after goes down on the follow-up. Cloud9 hyped up about that one as Nafany.
Get some map control and get an early kill like this, that they have found their success. Let's see if they can do it again here with this B play.
Yeah, the pop and go. NIP looking to squeeze their way through, and Brolin, as much as his team haven't been striking out, Brolin has been That was some good moments, some great output, and that space being gathered just off the back of his rifle. He looks to follow up on it, and he's done fantastically. Axel down and out. Shiro left in a 1 versus 4. A couple of times, like I said earlier, has been caught here without much success. Hobbit's going to be playing for Graffiti, and once again, Inter just caught out by Utility. Hobbit at least trades it out and keeps the numbers even for the time being. 15 seconds left here for NIP. Applying pressure as ETR trying to remove Hobbit from Graffiti, and he'll do so. Nafany goes down, and it is Shiro. This time, no save. He has to go for it. We've seen Shiro pull off some great clutches so far in this series. This will be the best so far. Fixated upon Graffiti, realizes the player is there, but ETR, look at this. Look at the discipline. Look at the patience.
Trying to allow them into the site, Hobbit. Into the water to fight the ball, and you come out with 1. Nafany and Axel, though, quickly snapping up the rest of the defensive side. Just trying to keep him in the round. Brolin doing a good job at that as well, but his teammate is now gone. His support network severed off, and Brolin tasked with doing everything. I think you actually might get away with 1 here. Oh, you need to take that, and Axel does. Headshot onto Esetai. Now the pressure starts to mount for NIP, as the advantages they once held are now back to the equilibrium.
Cloud9 not fully committing off that pick though, so that's allowed time for Brolan to rotate, and Plopsky has the help he needs.
Waiting to go together, the spacing in towards Monson. Perfect, and it's good enough for Shiro's trade to come through, but they're all softened up. They're so low, and 24 seconds left.
They have to go B, right?
I don't know if they have to do
The bomb's too far.
much at this point, other than try and save, because they're not making it to a site. Plopsky caught with a flash. That sets up the pick for Nafany. Axel continues to try and barrel their way through the B site, and they've broken down the defense. A barrage of T's create this space for Cloud9, and they don't stop. Nafany moves forward, catches off the rotation.
Cloud9 can just make the move onto the site itself. Roland hasn't got back in time. Nafany clears him out into a 3v3, and looking good for the bomb plant.
The lead to the site, bomb plant locked in, and Nafany's kill outlaw. What an absolute monster Nafany is today. 29 kills, 8 deaths here on Overpass. A masterclass from the leader. Shiro 20 and 9. Also a massive performance from him. But Nafany gets involved. He's getting these active trades. He's the second man in this round. He's bailed him out of a lot of holes in the first half. The 30th locked in for Nafany, and the 15th locked in for Cloud9. For this victory is collected. NIP need to go now. They need to charge in. The pistol's getting into the mix with Axel with 1. Roland and Plopsky have actually managed to couple out of it, but the time is just ticking too far gone. And NIP's time, just like the bomb timer, has run out here in Dallas. Cloud9 going to be moving through to the next matchup. The Liquid booking themselves in for a rematch. The best of 3 fashion this time, and a chance to the playoffs still exists for the Cloud9 roster. We'll see what they can do down the line.